Welcome to Beyond the Ball Podcast.
What's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Ball with Jonathan Jones. And as you can see, I'm here in the gym, right? You hear the balls in the back bouncing and everything like that. Because I want to give you a real organic or authentic, I said organic, or authentic feel and authentic vibe on this one. Because last episode, we talked about being prepared for any and every opportunity that comes your way. And I was talking about how I was in the gym and I didn't have my shoes, wasn't able to hoop. But today, what we're going to talk about, I want to talk about two different relationships that every student athlete needs to have, right? Two different relationships that every student athlete needs to have. But before we do that, I want to take a moment and I want to shout out two of my guys, right? They went on Apple. They commented on our podcast and left two helpful reviews. So shout out to Jordan for taking time and just show us love, letting us know that this is one of his favorite channels to tap into, especially being a former student athlete. So Jordan, shout out to you. And shout out to my guy, right? My guy, Coach Drew. Man, Coach Drew went in and he let us know just about the value that we add and just what we're doing with the platform here. So I want to spotlight those two gentlemen just for them showing us love. And man, we always like to show the love back, right? So if you want to be the reviewer of the week or you want to be the baller of the week, then all you got to do is go to Apple Podcasts, make sure to search Beyond the Ball with Jonathan Jones, and then scroll down to the bottom and then write a helpful review. And that's how you can be featured on the show. So now, as we're talking about, right, relationships, one thing that happens in college is we are entered into a space to where there are people that we meet and we never might have met before, right? You're meeting people from different cultures. You're meeting people with different belief systems. You're meeting people with different strategies and even people who live different. I used to have a roommate, his name was Caleb, and he was from a rural area in Texas. And while we're at my school, UT Tyler, and I would see Caleb and he'd be playing a guitar. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Then I'd see him again and then he'd be doing something else. Then I had another roommate, his name was Cody Jones, and Cody played baseball. So it was Cody, it was Caleb, and it was me and my roommate Kevo. And we were all so different. However, we could still coexist in the same space, and we also were able to enjoy and appreciate each other's company. The two types of relationships that you need in college, right? The first one is you need horizontal relationships, right? So just like I was talking about Cody, like I was talking about Caleb, Kevo, or Kevin, these were all guys who, they were my colleagues, right? We were neck and neck. We were around the same age. We were around the same grade, right? But we didn't study the same major. But these relationships were extremely beneficial for me because along the lines of me going through college and growing through college, they taught me things that I didn't necessarily know or exposed me to new experiences that I didn't have any part in before, but they're horizontal. So they're people that they're easy to access, right? So like your teammates, okay? Like other friends that might be in your classes, okay? Maybe even a tutor who is smarter than you, but they're taking the same subject matter, the same classes as you. These are the horizontal relationships, right? People that are easily accessible, people you can call, you can text, you're on first name basis with them. That's the first type of relationship you need, horizontal relationships. But then the second one, these would be vertical relationships, right? So these are people who aren't as easily accessible, people that you don't get to talk to as often, but people that it's necessary and you need them in your life. Number one would be like a coach. So taking the time to build and taking the time to really hone in your relationship with your coach. Maybe it's not your head coach, maybe it's an assistant coach, maybe it's a GA, whatever it might be, but these are people that you want to build with now so that you can have them as a resource later, or even have them as a resource now. But they're not going to be the ones who are easily accessible, not going to be able to hit them up at any time of the night, all hours of the night, for them just to look out for you. That's not how that works. But a coach would be one example. Another example of that would be like a counselor on campus. So finding somebody who you can talk to, you can share with, and you can really begin to let them know where you are in your life, right? On like a mental level, so that now you have a coach, you got like a counselor, and then even begin to think like, who's a professor? Who's a professor that you really enjoy? Who's a professor that you feel that there's synergy with? And the reason why we want to have that is because when you graduate, you want to make sure that you still have those connections and those relationships are still intact, right? Because I talked about the horizontal relationships because you're going to more than likely have more horizontal relationships than you have vertical relationships. But when we began to build the vertical relationships, we're building intentionally for the long term, right? Because maybe you have a professor that you're rocking with, they see that you're a stellar student, they see your focus, they see your passion, they see your determination. And now, when we move to the future, maybe you're working on a project that has something to do with whatever their subject matter was, and they've seen your dedication and determination prior, so now they're like, well, I'll help you, I'll move forward with you, right? So the two relationships that we want to have one, horizontal relationships, okay? And you're gonna have more to start out, but a lot of them are gonna trickle off by the time you're junior or senior year. Just that's the way it goes. I mean, you don't want to really know everybody, and you don't want everybody to necessarily know you, because if you get to that place, then you sharing your business with people that you might have not shared it with or shouldn't have shared it with. So that's the horizontal relationships. And then we talk about the vertical relationships. In the vertical relationships, we want to begin to think like, who is somebody that I want to build a relationship with long term, so that once I graduate, you can still hit up that person. Y'all stayed in communication. Maybe athletic trainer that was a part of the training, whatever, whoever, right? But these are two relationships that you need to have, family, to set you up for success post-graduation. I hate seeing young leaders in a spot to where they're like, I don't have nobody I can talk to. I don't have a circle group or a friend group. It's time to tap in, family. While you're on campus, nurture these relationships, get to know the people, nurture them, and then see how you can, be value added or add support. All right, until next time, family, this is Beyond the Ball, where we help you succeed beyond your degree.